The two ambulances in question, two 2008 Ford E350s by Leader. The one on the right, this is the higher mileage one, it's 319. The other one is 279 and change. We'll go ahead and walk around, and then we'll go in the back and in the cab, and I'll show you. We'll look underneath and all that stuff. The higher mileage one is pretty damn good shape. I mean, even the grill, you'll notice, is almost flawless. It does have a couple of just heat crinkles up on the right corner there. But other than that, it's in great shape. You'll notice the other one pretty crinkled up. Now, I do have, you can see it's just not sticking, it's you know, anymore. But and it's a little bit down there. I do have brand new in the box 2008 grills. If it's a big deal for you, if you don't like that look, if you want a brand new grill, we can put one on for like $400. They're not cheap, unfortunately. The labor's nothing really to do it. Most of it is just, you know, putting new holes to mount the, put the lights back in the grill. The OEM grill obviously doesn't have the pre-drilled holes. So a little bit of work to do, but it's stuff that we do all the time. It'll look like it came from Leader if you do decide that you want us to do that. But I'm trying to keep the price on these things low. That way it's, you know, more affordable for you, and you can decide what you want to do when you want to do it, if ever, you know. So, and then as far as the red stripe on the bottom goes, it is a graphic. It is just a vinyl sticker. But let me tell you, okay, it's very thin. It's not a 3M product, which is thicker and comes off relatively easy with a heat gun. This is not coming off with a heat gun. I mean, it will, but I'm telling you, it would take forever. We have a machine that'll take thin graphics off. It just takes a micro amount off of the body, and we'll use that for real thin graphics. But we tried doing it on here, and it started taking the paint off, as you can see right there. So I'm like, no, let's stop doing that. So what I would recommend is, and we've done this on other rigs before, is just put a white reflective stripe that covers the red, and then boom, the whole thing is white. Or whatever your colors are. I think your ambulances are white and blue. You could put a blue stripe over the red stripe, and then that would fix that problem, rather than trying to take it off. So that would be my recommendation for that. You'll notice on this one there's a little bit of a gouge. That's the only body flaw. I mean, as far as dents go, I mean, there's some scratches and stuff on there. I don't know how big of a bummer that is for you. You know, we could paint it for you, but again, you're looking at, you know, $2,000, $2,500 for us to do a full-on paint. And if we did that, we could also get rid of the red stripe. We just sand it off and paint it new, you know, Ford white. So there's that. You'll notice the back light configuration, I believe, is a little bit different than the one that you purchased. This has a little bit more going on in the back. You'll also notice it does have the LED, two banks of the LEDs, and when I light it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then the passenger side, am I backed up? There we go. You'll notice the passenger side, great condition. There's no dents, no real significant scratches or anything. There's some on the door, I guess. There's that. All right, so I guess I'll do the outside of each one of these. Well, no, let me just stick with one rig at a time. So then let me fire it up, and then we'll get in the back and show you. Here's the cab, by the way. It's very nice condition inside. There is a this passenger seat has a little split in the seam. We could fix that. My upholstery guy will charge me $100 And then I'd have to charge you $50 just for the labor of taking the seat out and taking it over to the upholstery guy. So $150 if you want that seat to be perfect. So there's that. Let me fire this thing up. Let me find the keys first. I think they must be in my pocket. And then
speech, video,
off. Alright, let me make sure we got the module disconnect. Is that on? Let me see. Is that on? Yeah, so we got module disconnect is on. Alright, so in the back, here's the back. Now, it doesn't have the antlers. I think this one had them. We took them out of this one. The ones that were in there, they cut them out. And I do have some parts, like this part. We have the mounts on the side and the antlers and the lockdown bar. I mean, we could, again, we could track that down for you and put it in, but those things cost about $300 used for the pair, for the antler and the lockdown bar. I already have that part, to make this thing complete. There's some latches that are missing on there. I could order those. Those are pretty cheap. I think they're like $12. There's a lot of stuff that we could do, but I took these on a trade-in. Basically, they needed transportation to LA. They didn't want to fly, so they asked me if I would give them, shave off some. If they brought 2 rigs to trade in, would I shave price off of what they were buying? I said sure. So in retrospect, I kind of wish I had checked out what they were bringing me before they brought it, but this is what they brought me. I like this rig. I mean, it drives great, it hauls butt. Mechanically, it's totally sound. No issues with the mechanics of this vehicle. It's just a lot of this cosmetic stuff, with the latches missing. Is it critical to the thing working? No. It just bugs me that there isn't a latch there. So everything works back here. The AC, all the critical stuff is fine. And let's see. And I don't remember if the rig that you bought had it down the length. I prefer this style rather than just the kind that's up there and blows out, because it kind of misses you if you're sitting in the jump seat. But there's a big compartment above the doors. All the plexiglass doors are in great shape. None of them are broken. Lockable narcotics locker. It does have an inverter, which is also a battery charger. The suction, I definitely have extra suction canisters, and it looks like the tubing is right there for that. Let me see. Alright, so anyway, you know how the AC works. You got your heat or your cool or your nothing in the middle. Same deal. The dome lights, there's the high, and then there's the low, but the doors are open, so they're going to stay on. Fluorescent lights, those work. And then exhaust vent. That is, I think it's this last one. No, I can hear it. Where is it? Oh, there it is, right there. All right, so there's that. Exhaust vent, electric suction. There, that works. Actually, let's increase. It's a little too much, but that works. And then, and that's it. Let's see, our inverter, it's down here. There's their inverter, battery charger, suction motor's down there too. There's that full-size jump seat, which is nice. And then there's all the compartments back there. And everything over there. O2, let me open the side compartments. I don't think it has a regulator on the house tank line. Again, we could put one on. not sure. Let me see. It might have one. No. So I may have a regulator, but that's like $150, you know. They're extra O2 space. And then let me light it up. You can see that. Here's the passenger side. Floor's in great shape. You know, the seat does, I can see it's starting to get, it's gonna split along the seam there, and this is already split. So we could do the whole seat up. Unfortunately, it's gonna split right there too. Unfortunately, my upholstery guy, it doesn't matter if it's tiny or a huge tear, it's $100. So for, you know, $150, we can have the seat like new. I think it's worth it because it'll last for the life of your ownership of the vehicle. So let me light it up. We'll put all the fog lights and stuff on too. Let me see. Flood, flood, flood. Oh yeah, the siren. It doesn't have a PA microphone. It looks like it never had one because it's plugged with the factory Whelen plug, so it never had a mic. But anyway, the siren's good. So it's lit up. Let's see, let me back up. It's pretty bright out right now, so hopefully we can see. You can see it's got, you know, and one of the things, like my shutter speed can't keep up with how fast the things strobe. So you can see in the grill, it's got, you know, going back and forth. Light bar. The white lights are not working. It's pretty common for that particular light bar. The strobe module in there burns out really easy, and it's such a pain in the butt to replace that whenever I see it like that, I just leave it. The other one's like that too. The white lights are out. And I think the one that I sold you didn't have operational white lights, but all the red ones work, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red lights. So kind of plenty, you know, in my opinion, for any Code 3 you're doing. So you got the front fender, and you can see these, and just so, you know, I know my shutter speed is not going to show this accurately, but it's doing like a triple burst. It's doing like a but I'm sure when you see the video, it's not going to look like that. And then on the back doors, you can see it's like alternating this side, that side, this side, that side. There's amber in the middle, and then there's those two 3x7s that are going. And then the white lights are the floodlights. Obviously, the third brake light's the one at the very top up there. So there's that, and you'll notice the rear door panels are in great shape. The bumper's in great shape. There's no dings, which I see all the time. Let's jump over to, and then I'll just get in the cab real quick. I'll go over all of that stuff. Everything up here works fine. You got your wipers with the spray. You can go really fast. Bunch of settings in the middle. AC works great. Immediately responds. Okay, that's, and then obviously your climate control, normalcy. If you listen closely, you can hear the actuator door moving. Let me do it again. So you can hear when I move through all of the different styles, you can hear the thing moving, the radio works. It also has a CD player.
Mostly cloudy today, a 50% chance of rain. Highs
50% chance of rain. The spotlight, you know, if you're looking for an address or something like that. There is no center console in this rig. It kind of has that thing. I think the one that you got. It also has up here these surveillance lights. So if you're looking in your map book, you don't want bright light, but it also has, you know, bright map lights over there. No check engine light. You can see low fuel light is on because this thing is down in almost the red on the fuel. But let's see, where's the, let me clear out. You can see the mileage there. 319, 361. And I put a fair amount of miles on this thing. It hauls butt. It's a really nice rig, despite, you know, what the odometer says. Yeah, it drives really nice. So let's see, what else is up here? Oops. So obviously, you know, you can control it, but if you turn that off, then you just get the regular Ford horn. The cruise control works. There is a split on the steering wheel just from guys hitting the siren. What else is up here? Oh, it's got power windows, obviously. And, oh, it's got power mirrors too. You know how those work. Fine, nothing with that. Oops, got power door locks to lock everything. Here's this window over here. You know, the stuff that it needs is pretty insignificant. It's pretty minor. Here's the power mirror on this side. All the critical stuff works. All the key stuff works. I mean, for the price, I think it's, you know, hell yeah, for your situation, I think it's pretty good. The other rig bums me out a little bit. I like this ambulance that we were just in a lot.